l'anima si avvicina.
Hello everyone! Today I am visiting the Basilica of Santa Chiara, a famous church located in Naples, Italy. It is one of the most important Gothic buildings in the city and is renowned for its architecture and rich history. The basilica is characterized by its elegant Gothic style with pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and slender columns. The interior is relatively bare compared to the other basilicas in Italy, but this can be explained by what happened during World War II. The basilica has an interesting history. Construction began in 1310 and was completed in the early 14th century. It was built under the patronage of King Robert of Anjou and Queen Sancha of Majorca. The basilica was originally part of a larger complex that included a monastery, which was inhabited by the Clarisses, a religious order founded by Saint Clare of Assisi. In the 18th century, it was extensively renovated in Baroque style with murals and a marble floor. During the Second World War, a bombing raid by the Allies on August 4, 1943, caused a fire that lasted almost 2 days, partially destroying some interiors of the church and resulting in the loss of all the frescoes executed in the 18th century and much of those by Giotto executed during the construction of the building, of which only a few fragments were saved. After the war, the controversial restoration work focused on the medieval architecture that remained intact from the bombings, restoring the basilica to its original 14th century appearance and omitting the restoration of the 18th century additions.
Nel cuore di Napoli la Basilica, Santa Chiara antica e unica, con le guglie che sfiorano il cielo, la Basilica di Santa Chiara, così bella. Oh Basilica di Santa Chiara, la tua bellezza risplendeva lontano, con una storia ricca e racconti senza fine. Nel tuo abbraccio l'anima si avvicina. Costruita dai re nei tempi antichi, un santuario che per sempre resti. Chiostri adornati di colori brillanti raccontano segreti di epoche distanti. Oh Basilica di Santa Chiara, la tua bellezza risplendeva lontano, con una storia ricca e racconti senza fine. Nel tuo abbraccio l'anima si avvicina.
Although the Angevin porticos trace their origins to the 14th century, the cloisters underwent a transformation in the 18th century under the skilled hands of Domenico Antonio Vaccaro. The pathways crisscrossing the central garden, adorned with fragrant lavender and citrus trees, are flanked by 72 ceramic-tiled octagonal columns and benches for relaxation. These tiles, meticulously hand-painted by Donato and Giuseppe Massa, depict diverse rural scenes as well as mythical and religious stories. The internal walls are covered with 17th century frescoes depicting tales from the Franciscan tradition. The basilica was named after Santa Chiara, also known as Saint Clare of Assisi, an Italian saint and the founder of the Order of Poor Ladies, commonly known as the Poor Clares. She was born Chiara of Raduccio in Assisi, Italy, in the 12th century into a noble family. Chiara was deeply influenced by the preaching of Saint Francis of Assisi, and at the age of 18 she chose to dedicate her life to God. She renounced her wealth and privilege, opting for a life of poverty and devotion to the teachings of Jesus Christ. Chiara's decision inspired other young women to join her, and together they formed a community of women devoted to prayer, manual labor, and serving the poor. This community eventually evolved into the Order of Poor Ladies, with Chiara as its first abbess. Santa Chiara died on August 11, 1253, at the age of 59. She was canonized as a saint by Pope Alexander IV in 1255, just 2 years after her death. Today she is venerated as the patron saint of television, screens, and of eye diseases, among many other things, and her feast day is celebrated on August 11th. There is a story behind why a 13th century woman would become the patron saint of such modern inventions like screens. Late in her life, she felt too ill to attend church, and one day the images and sounds of the entire Mass appeared in full on the wall of her room. So in the 1950s, when television started to spread, she was named its patroness.